Hi, guys, and welcome to your May 2022. This is going to be the What Aren't They Telling You timeless reading for the beautiful sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you are new here with me, hello, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're subscribed to the tribe, and what's good, fam bams? Hello, YouTube members. Thank you so much for supporting me. We're going to be taking a look at what they're not telling you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus, as I mentioned. Everything that you need is below in the description box. Before we get into that, typically I would bring you your self-care message at the top of this particular video, but we're going to change that and give you the self-care messages in your next video because that was my printer. I'm printing labels because I'm shipping things. So and that printer always does these things. I notice as soon as I hit, that's the Capricorn in me. I'm like, look, I have to be multitasking. So anyway, um, before we take a look at what they're not saying, again, I pushed the self-care messages for on the next video. So that's probably where I'm going to keep them for those of you who care, because it's very important to see how you're taking care of yourself. Those messages are also mirrored on my website. You can always go to the May page and you can check out all of these other things that's linked below. Marvelous Miscellaneous is in this channel. I don't even know what I just tried to say. The Marvelous Miscellaneous channel is launched. It's been launched, actually. I just didn't realize until I was chatting with someone yesterday in the session that I didn't give you guys the channel. If wax is your thing, because, you know, it's just not everybody's jam. They don't really care. But for those of you who are interested, that channel is below. It's in the description box. Go and check it out. If you care to, go ahead and subscribe. That's fine. It's completely up to you. That's a passion channel. You know, when you're passionate like I am, you just got to have an outlet. That's mine. Okay, Capricorn. We're going to get into the astrology a little bit. If you don't care to hear this, then go ahead and fast forward, okay? Again, there was too much astrology going on for me not to tell you. So before we get into these cards, I'm going to let you know. First of all, on May the 10th, Caps, Jupiter moved into Aries. When Jupiter moved into Aries, that affected your fourth house. Let's break it down. So your fourth house obviously is your house of home. This is the opposite of your energy because it's a Cancer ruled house. Sits at the very bottom of the zodiac wheel, Caps. Rules the foundations of all things. Your home, your privacy, basic security, parents, particularly your mother, children, and your own mothering and nurturing abilities, and TLC, a Cancer house, okay? That same day, Mercury went retrograde. We got a twofer going on, okay? So when it hits you, when Mercury went retrograde for Capricorn, Sun, and Risings, okay? Sun and Risings, it went retro in your sixth house. The sixth house is your Virgo house. This is your health and service house. Schedules, organization, routine, fitness, diet, exercise, healthy living, so forth and so on. A retrograde there. Something there needs to be reevaluated, needs to be revamped. There's all of the reads. Mercury retrograde cuts your mind off and makes you reevaluate some things, okay? Now, on May 22nd, when it takes a backslide and goes back into Taurus because it's in Gemini right now, it's going to affect your fifth house. The fifth house is the Leo house. Self-expression, drama, creativity, color, attention, romance, fun, and play, to put it lightly. And so something there is going to be revisited, okay? How you express yourself, so forth and so on. It's just a quick overview. It's not to really tell you what could be happening because we don't have time for that. And finally, today and tomorrow, May 15th, okay, we are having our total lunar, hold on, I like to say it right, lunar eclipse in Scorpio, okay? That is going to be affecting you, Capricorn, suns, and risings in your 11th house. Now, if you have a different rising, it's going to affect you a little bit different. If you have a Capricorn sun, you can have some of these things play out. And if you have a rising, it's going to be the most accurate, okay? If you are just a Capricorn sun, please watch the specific video for your rising. You should be watching your big three anyway, guys. I tell you that all the time. Do some big three stuff to get a bigger picture for your astrological / tarot messages anyway, because you want to know what the collective energy is dealing with, and sometimes those creep into, you know, your own story. You just don't know. Finally, 11th house for you, friendships, teams, groups, society, technology, video, all of that. That is your Aquarius house. All things futuristic, sudden events and surprises is what I like to highlight here. Let's go ahead and move on. So those are my notes for you as far as that is concerned. Now we move into your astrological influences. You have the card of 1, which is Aries, advising you to act. You could be crossing with Aries, but there's something that must be done. Okay, so that is what's going on with your collective. This is what my channel messages are saying. You could be crossing with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, the card of 1. You're being guided to act upon something, Capricorn. You also have the card of 3, which is Gemini. We are talking about cross-pollination. Look at that. How do you spread yourself? Okay. Obviously, let me just go into something else really quick. So these could be also people that you're connecting with, people that are in your environment right now, or you can have it in your chart. We know that 1 is the beginning, potential, momentum, spirit, your inspiration, individuality, so forth and so on. Okay, so we know that 3 carries a vibration, especially when it's Gemini. Obviously, that's the 3rd zodiac sign when you look at the Western zodiac. Okay, cross-pollinate is what you're being guided to do. 3s obviously are about groups and raw energy and development and expression and creativity. Okay, and finally, and you could be connecting with that. The zodiac signs. You got 3 zodiac signs, which is crazy, Capricorn. You didn't get anything else but zodiac signs. So you got a lot of people. It could be this 11th house stuff that you got going on, like these friends and associations. Okay, we do have Taurus. You're being guided to cultivate. 2 is the number that this card is carrying, obviously, because in this deck, with it being, you know, a astro deck, obviously this is the 2nd sign of the zodiac. What is being highlighted? This could be 1st, 3rd, and 2nd. This is how the cards came out, basically 1, 2, 3. What are we doing here in this particular house? This is 2. 2 carries your choices, cooperation, duality, and you know, balance. What needs to be balanced? What cultivation needs to be balanced. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. In addition to knowing that what needs to be cultivated, what needs to be balanced within that cultivation, so forth and so on. Let's go ahead and find out what they're not telling you. Okay. I'm also picking up that there has been some perceptions. This was at the top of the deck. This is the Knight of Swords. There's been some things that have been said out of either one of you guys' mouth, but this is what they're not saying, so this is how they're feeling about you. Things that have been said that have caused some damage, words that are possibly being held on to. This particular Knight of Swords is not the most diplomatic knight, unfortunately. This energy right here is all about obviously speaking. A sword's energy, the way I think, the way I say things, blah blah blah. We're very direct and authoritative and incisive and blah blah blah, but it can also be misconstrued. And the reason why I said that is because this is at the top of the deck. When I looked down at that and saw that 1 + 9 was 10, some things that you guys have said to one another is coming to a close. There could have been some things that you were trying to be direct, but it was taken as blunt. You were trying to be authoritative, but you were seen as being overbearing, Cap. You were a little incisive. You were not trying to be. You just wanted it to penetrate. You wanted it to be sharp. You thought that you needed to deliver that information like that, but it was seen as being cutting and uncaring. You were expressing yourself very knowledgeable. You were expounding upon topics. However, you were being viewed as opinionated. It also could have been that you're very logical, so you come off as unfeeling, and that's obviously not the truth, but that is how this person took things. So the communication has been very bad. That's coming to a close, I can tell you that. What else aren't they telling Capricorn? What else aren't they telling Capricorn? That right now they are being guided to take a very specific action. This is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords uh, chooses to cut off and block their what they're feeling, their emotions. It's a choice. It's not my favorite card. However, in this particular deck, we know that this is a blended deck. Capricorn, this is the Hangman. So with that being said, it's no longer a choice. They're being guided to take a very specific action, to think a very specific way. They're being guided to non-action because they're being guided to think a little deeper than they have been. When we are looking at Hangman, we are looking at an energy of letting go of the past. We're trying to change and overturn and look at things from a different perspective. We're putting we're starting to look at things differently. I'm putting you first now. Before, this individual could have just, retreated in their shell and not really gave what you were saying the thought of day. They just immediately went somewhere negative so they can punish you. That's being worked on right now. This is the second sword card. So I know that when we're leading this energy with this is what they're seeing you as, then I know that now they're being guided to kind of take a step back and view what you have been trying to do from a different perspective, period. Like maybe I was being a little oversensitive. And this is what they're doing now. This is the state of mind that they're in. So their thoughts and feelings are being overhauled in that Hangman, and now they're trying to surrender to the experience. And you could have done this already, Capricorn. In my heart place, oh my goodness, it has been very difficult. We're looking at the energy of a, hold on guys, who is this? We're looking at the energy, Capricorn, unfortunately, of lies, tricks, cheats, and deceits. They're looking at things that has happened between you guys right now, and they are completely in their fields. They still are. They're trying. This Hangman is making it easier, but in their heart, they still carry those hurts. They say that you have been a very difficult opponent, Capricorn. And honestly, things have just gotten out of hand from a perspective of the way that they think. They feel like you act in your own self-interest, and that you just have been dishonest. I don't necessarily feel like that it has been what you have been. I feel like, again, illustrating the energy and the way that this Knight of Swords looks, I told you that everything that you tried to do has been taken the wrong way. I'm not taking up for you. I just know that that night can come off one way. And I'm not saying that you're perfect. What I'm saying is that I know as soon as I saw that night, I felt that there are some things that has been taken out of context. And no matter how, and honestly, what I'm thinking and I'm picking up on is that you have attracted someone into your life that is just a little bit more sensitive than you are, and you have the ability to be told certain things and you can take it and logically deal with it, where this person just cannot, and they take everything as a slight. So at some point you have to understand that that's on them, and that's kind of what you've done. Like, you have an ability, and I know this as a Capricorn moon, just to say what it is, and people feel like it just wasn't squishy enough. It wasn't, like, some things need to be said. That some, and I agree with you guys. We don't have time to blow smoke up your ass, and we're not thinking about necessarily the feeling of it, especially in my placement. So if you are a sun, your moon is going to drive that. Your communication is going to drive it even further. So I know how it can come off, but I can't discount the fact that there has been some dishonesty. So at the end of the day, this is what is here. Lies, tricks, cheats, deceits. Not all of that can be taken out of context. Something has definitely happened. So that's also what I am feeling here. Show me, spirit. Yes. So now we have even more swords. You are definitely dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It looks like now they want to come out of this energy with you. Things are slightly dying down between you guys with the Six of Swords. Now it's recovery time. They are feeling the blues. It was probably a low level of sadness between you guys. But now it's starting to cope and head toward a more positive mindset. Also, this could mean, obviously journey over water because we are talking about the Six of Swords. This is an energy of coming out of the doghouse. So now you could possibly be at a point where both of you collectively are starting to come out of that terrible energy that you once were in. Remember, they do have the energy of the hangman here helping them out. But it's just been a lot of back and forth. I say one thing, you take it this way. You can only be responsible for what you say. You can't necessarily be responsible for how someone's going to take it. You should be conscious of what's being said, but at some point, this person I can see try to get you to change who you are, but they're unwilling to change because I sense such a great level of sensitivity. How are you even operating in the world if you're this sensitive? Like, you must isolate yourself then, and that's not healthy either. So the good thing is right now things are coming back to recovery is here. Okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel for those of you who care. What do we have here? Another sword card. My God, what is going on today? Justice is here. This is the Eight of Swords. This evidence to me, this is the evidence that I have been talking about with saying that this person is overly sensitive. They mentally block themselves in the Eight of Swords. This is what they do. Okay. We have to understand you could be Capricorn that has air, which means that you may struggle with depending on what air you have in that moon. You could struggle with being unsure about yourself, not knowing where to direct that Capricorn energy. I've seen Capricorns with Gemini moons. It's not great because sometimes, you have that Capricorn drive, but then emotionally you're just like, you're back off when you don't need to. And it can make you look a little shifty because of course your moon is going to carry all of that energy. It's probably the most slept on placement. You could tell me that you're a Capricorn, but if you're a Gemini moon, I'm going to still I know how to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you emotionally like a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? It just you get used to dealing with individuals, and this is what I'm feeling. So you could be obviously dealing with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, period. And if we're talking about a Capricorn with an Aquarius moon, I apologize in advance. Okay. I'm sorry. So, of course, this is also justice. Okay. So that goes back, Capricorn, to our light at the end of the tunnel. And this energy that everything will be all right. Now, when we're talking about, again, Eight of Swords, restriction, confusion, and they feel powerless. They don't know which way to turn. They lack direction. They wait on outside people or forces to rescue them. It's a victim mentality. This is the card of feeling victimized. Everything you do, they feel victimized. Okay, but this is also justice. So again, we have two major arcanas already in this particular reading. One was the hangman being worked on, having them realize that the way that they look at things is not the greatest. And now we have justice. Karmic justice is here. They're going to start to take some responsibility for the fact that they know that their restriction mentally has placed you guys here. I am not taking responsibility away from you, Capricorn. What I am saying is that from the time I picked this damn card, I felt that this person was an Eight of Swords, but I had to wait to see what was going to come out. And sure enough, here we are. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, especially for your cross watchers, because they love to come on and say how horrible you are. And I get that in all of the zodiac signs, but you know, it's my job to facilitate the energy. And when I feel it, I'm going to tell you, period. Justice is here. There's going to be a decision. There's going to be a conversation. Old accounts are going to be settled. Things are going to be fine. Eventually, this is all swords, all swords. And when there's nothing here solid, there's nothing here that tells me that there was some deception, that there was some cheating. It's all, I don't like that way you said it. It's all where you felt you said that and you didn't care. It's all that. It's nothing else. Like, I hate to be a Capricorn in this moment here, but it's like, what here was actually done? People that are sensitive, and we all are, but overly sensitive people to the point where they can't decipher between certain things, because the moment they feel that slight, they shut down. The problem with these individuals is that every single thing that comes out feels this way. So if I disagree with you, you feel that way. If I have a difference of opinion, you feel that way. It does. You know, you have to understand. There's one thing where I'm verbally abusing you, and you have every right to feel that way, and we're arguing. But there's another thing where you have something in your head that makes you feel like I'm doing something when I haven't done anything. They don't know the lines. They don't know how to skew the line. Like, the lines are skewed. They don't know how to differentiate between, you said something to me that hurt your feelings, but it felt like you did something to me. There's a difference, and I hate to be very literal, but there is. Okay. If I didn't take action and actually do anything, and I feel like anything that comes out of your mouth can be, unfortunately, fixed. I know that some words resonate and stick, but I still feel like things can be fixed. Top of the deck, we show the Five of Cups. So obviously this person is hurt. They're hurt. Capricorn, I don't know what you did, but they are hurt. I don't know what you did because I don't see it. Okay, but they're hurt. They feel betrayed by something that you did. Maybe you put your boundaries down and decided to leave. When we get into the clarifiers, maybe that will give me exactly what you've done. I know you certainly said a bunch of shit to piss them off and hurt their feelings. So please take responsibility for that, Capricorn. If this is you, if you happen to love a person like this, you're still responsible for their heart. You have their heart, so you're responsible. And I know folks don't want to hear that, but I'm going to tell you how it is on my channel. If I fell in love with you, then I earned that love. You fell in love with me, you earned my love. So now we have a responsibility to protect each other's heart, because if you don't do that, you look like a jerk, because now you are exploiting your power. You know I love you, so you can't take the attitude, well, you love me, so I'm not taking responsibility. We're not doing that. So this person feels betrayed. There are two fives here. Yes, they are crying over spilled milk. They are, with the five, and they are victimizing themselves, because I've already told you in the other cards where they're victimizing themselves. Yes, they have put themselves in a restriction. However, when does it change where because you love them, you try to make them work through it? I just had this in another video. I don't remember what it was, but it's not just about, well, that's on you. Not if you love each other. It's on you now. Okay? It's on you too, not just on that person. You say that when you don't care. And I know it's a process, because you feel slighted by the person when they take what you are and vilify it. Like, I didn't like the way you said that. You don't know how to talk. So forth and so on. You get it. You get it, okay? So they're feeling very sad. They feel, victimized in their heart. And we do have our third major arcana right here. But first, let's talk about that 10 of Swords. The great thing is that all of these damn swords that they feel, this is coming to an end. Beautiful. It's finally coming to an end. We got Hangman energy there working on their thoughts. We have Justice here stating that they're going to start to take responsibility for the role that they played, and that there will be justice for the both of you. Now we have Judgment. So this individual is definitely going through a lot. You could be dealing with, again, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or a combination of the three somewhere, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, you put your combination together. Then I do feel love. I do. I just feel like a bunch of misunderstandings. That's been unfortunate because it has blocked you guys' movement. Okay. You don't do well when you have to validate folks like this, Cap. I'm just gonna let you know. I speak for us. You don't, because you don't understand it. And that is what we all go through. If we don't understand it, we won't respond correctly. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and close out so we can get into your clarifiers. I just want to bring light to the judgment card. There's going to be a rebirth of sorts going on here. Okay. A rebirth. You know what I need? I need pause for a second. One of those things like when you're in a restaurant, it's a stand, and if you could that's what I need. I need to be talking to you and have the card standing up, because the way that my configuration is made is I can't do anything else right now. I get tired of holding it, but folks don't be wanting to look at my beautiful face. We don't want to see your face. Girl, I've been recording like this for 5 years. You think I'm going to change it because you don't want to see my face? At least I'm not bad on the eyes. Anyway, guys, let me stop. All right. So we know, obviously, that in this judgment card, we're talking about judgment and rebirth, and we're talking about the inner calling. They're going to now be awakening themselves and transforming to the possibilities. And it's time for rebirth now. So yes, it's been a hard struggle, but rebirth is now upon you. And I feel like, if you guys have been together for a while, this is about to change. It's about to change. So let's find out. So that's what they're feeling. That's what they're not telling you. Everything actually should be fine, or could be fine. You haven't been arguing. Probably haven't even spoken to the person. When you talk, it's very like passive aggressive, like, okay, we good. But now they're starting to change. 3 major arcanas again. Obviously, Hangman, Justice, and the Judgment. Let's clarify by Knight of Swords. We have wedding rings. I can't even do this. Okay, so there's been some marriage talk. We know now. Union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. The reason why they are so angry with you and they're so hurt is because you are the one. It could be said that this person is projecting. They did not know how to handle their feelings for you, Capricorn. You guys have not spoken or not gotten along or not seen eye to eye on some marriage things. This person wants to marry you, and you obviously at some point wanted to marry them. That's what this is all about. And I would say that they're probably going to propose. They've been used in the past. That's what this is. The girl with the snake has come along. It could have been that they were thinking about marrying someone else in the past and they got burned. There's a marriage story. Loving you has triggered some of these things. This girl with the snake has been so damn popular. Charmed or use, enable, or boundaries. And this is what they have been fighting against. All of these swords, everything you said to them, they've been fighting against that, because you do have some people that can be friends with you and kick it with you and do all of that. But you know what? When they get weird and strange and every time you turn around, their feelings are hurt, they really love you. And that's what this is. This person has been used in the past, Capricorn. This individual has been lied to in the past. They wanted to marry somebody in the past. It's been difficult for them to blow kisses, unconditional love, giving, receiveness, fairness, love, affection returned. They didn't get this with the girl with the snake. And so now, you know what? We turn into our pain. People, don't you know that saying, you are what you eat? We turn into our pain. We are our pain. We are the walking embodiment of our pain. And what we end up doing is do to people what has been done to us, and we don't even know. Hurt. That's what that hurt people hurt people. This person that loves you was not even able to recognize the unconditional love. They knew that they wanted it, but they didn't know what the hell it meant. They looked at you as difficult because they felt like you kept hurting their feelings, and every time they tried to do whatever, it couldn't get through. It wasn't until they actually surrendered that they realized they weren't actually fair to begin with. They didn't return affection. They wanted you to mommy or daddy them. Give them everything and give you nothing. And that's the reason why this didn't work. Six of Swords. Okay. Oh my God. What is going on? So you got 2 cards for the Six of Swords. You see that engagement ring. But first, we're going to get into the talking card. Interested, awaiting message, text, calls, emails, talking more. You guys are going to, that's that recovery now. So Hangman is there working on their thoughts. The girl with the snake is there. They're cycling all of that shit out of their energy. Now, as we go into the recovery and we're recovering from what happened, and we want to come out of the doghouse, and we possibly have our new way of looking at things with all of these cards combined. Now you guys are going to start to talk. Baby steps, talking. What's not going to be the baby step is that they've already made their mind up that they're going to ask you to marry them. I'm getting a lot of marriage energy this week. Okay. In addition to that, they want a higher level of commitment. They want partnership. They want union. They're realizing that they were overly sensitive, that they blocked this, that they restricted this, and they want to just kind of chat you up to find out, kind of immerse themselves back into your world, Capricorn, slowly. They know they can only do so much because it all depends on whether you're going to let them in or not, okay? So that is what is coming. I love this. So we have wedding rings and we have the engagement card. You got both, and that is fantastic. Wow. Make my morning. Somebody wants to marry you. You just don't know it yet. It's coming. It also could mean that you guys are going to go on a trip, and they're going to kind of tell you that they want to go on a trip with you or plan somewhere for you guys to go. Sorry. And then at that point, they're going to ask you, and it could be an elopement because this is justice. So justice of the peace, courthouse. They could just be like, let's go get married. That's it. The rest will fall into place. Let's just get married. Let's do that. Let's clarify it. They no longer want to restrict themselves to what's in there. Yes, that's that restriction. That's that outdated thinking and conditioning. So they replay things over and over in their head, and things that they have said because they know that that restrictive energy is just outdated. And they have to get with the program, and they're going to do that. Justice is there with that 8 of Swords. So this is what is happening, and this is what's being worked on. I love that. 5 of Cups here, crying over spilled milk because you're their soulmate. Every goddamn card that, my God, excuse my language, Jesus, everything that has come out. I knew this was going to be. That's what they're hiding. I know that this is why they're hurt. They're hurt because you're the one. And this person has never experienced this. You are their person. And it's just so sad for them. You can hurt their feelings just by blinking because they love you so much. That's what this annoyance is about. Soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. This is why they cry over spilled milk. And it's not the greatest because you don't respond kindly to this type of energy. Validating is not your thing. But it's time to change that. Okay. The 10 of Swords is being clarified by the butterfly. The butterfly. I can't even make it up. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to evolve and grow. We're going to the next phase. Their inner child is now being healed. Yay. We're gonna drop some applause on that alone. And they will be now releasing the past. I can't even make this up, Capricorn. You have made my morning. I've been shipping stuff out. And that I wasn't even expecting that. I'm looking at all of these swords. I'm like, please tell me there's going to be a happy ending here. For real, for real. I love it. Wedding rings, the girl with the snake blowing kisses, engagement ring, talking, old school soulmates, and the butterfly. Each one of these cards came out and clarified each facet of this. Okay. So a year from now, some of you guys will be married. I feel like the engagement is going to take place right away. A year from now, some of you guys will be married. Okay. In the near future, I do feel like that's when the engagement is going to take place. I do feel like this is going to be spontaneous, and I do feel like this is going to be a place where either you elope or you get married out of the country. You just go and do it. And that's my idea. That's my type of wedding. If you didn't know, now you know. You're ready. I don't even have what? I can't hear you. What? You're ready. I don't want to hear it. The top of the deck is forgiveness. Damn, Cap. Listen, I bet not have no rings, okay? Because, listen, you going to hear about it in YouTube land, okay? I'm going to be like, I don't know if this, I don't resonate with it, but anything can happen. Stranger things have happened. All right, you guys are on the road to recovery and forgiveness. And this person is going to acknowledge that you're their soulmate. They're going to tell you that they want to marry you. And I'm really feeling like it's coming. They want a higher level of commitment. Again, whatever your higher level of commitment is for you, don't force it if it doesn't fit. You may not be at the stage where you're ready for engagement. Maybe this is a promise ring, whatever finger, a promise ring, and the promise a year from now that we're going to get married. I need a year. I need to, handle some stuff on this end, so forth and so on. Really quick, I'll share this. I had a reading done, and I normally don't do that. It was a question, and some of the way that these people answer their questions are really crazy because they're not pulling cards the way that I am. So when I see it every now and again, I'll just test it. Some of them won't even read readers. It's so funny. Like, we're not reading readers. This one lady is very, very quick. I'm not going to even say where she is. She's not on YouTube. And I ordered a question, and she told me sort of like this. You will be engaged, but you guys won't move in together. Really strange stuff. You're like, what? But like, that's what I said. Like, stranger things can happen. So make it fit the way it fits your life. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Capricorn, I got to go, honey. I got to get me some cap things going on. If you're interested in a personal reading, book accordingly. The business was closed at the top of the month due to Mother's Day. All of those orders are done. Marvelous Mail is being mailed out right now. That's why you heard my printer in the back acting crazy. If I'm emailing you and you did fill out the form for Marvelous Mail, please give me that information ASAP because it will affect your shipment. If you're interested in a personal reading, this weekend is the last weekend. No, I'm lying. Next weekend is the last weekend, guys. And then we're closed for the holiday. At that point, we will be booking into June. So book accordingly. And I will be posting up the new sale as soon as I'm done with all of this. See you in your next video, which I'm excited about. And take care because we have an eclipse. And we also have some more major, astrological crap going on next week in addition to the eclipse. Take care. Bye, guys.